Hello everybody and welcome back for another yarn review. If you guys haven't seen any of these yet, my name is Erin. Hello and welcome. I'm a crochet artist, a crochet designer, and today is a very hype day because I got my hands on this brand new Noro yarn. This was sent over to me by Knitting Fever, and for all of those who have never heard of Knitting Fever before, they are a yarn distributor. They supply their yarn and supplies directly to local yarn shops and small businesses, which I love because it really allows you to shop from smaller businesses and local yarn shops rather than shopping from big chain box stores. But the really cool thing is that on Knitting Fever's website, they have a store locator. So whether you're looking for a specific pattern or a specific type or line of yarn, you can then search for a store that is located in your area, at which point you can then drive or visit that shop and support them, pick up your fibers, and voila, there you have it, yarn shopping made easy. The store locator is also really great because it'll allow you to go in person first to check out the fiber before you purchase it online. I know a lot of times when it comes to purchasing really high-end, high-quality fibers, you want to make sure you know what you're getting before you're spending money on it. So without further ado, I am going to jump into a full review on this brand new Noro yarn. Now this is the Noro Saiun. I really hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a very, very brand new fiber to the market. And as you see, it comes in a gorgeous cake. I feel like Noro is known for having the most beautiful, delectable cakes, and this one is no exception. Take a look at her. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into all the logistics, all the information, and of course I did also make sure to crochet up a little swatch so you guys have a better idea for how this fabric is going to move and you know what to expect with it. So let's jump in. So the Noro Saiun is of course made in Japan. It's made up of 70% wool and 30% polyamide. Each cake runs at 150 grams, which totals to about 450 meters per cake. As with any classic Noro fiber, this yarn features very vibrant color transitions. As you can see with this colorway, we get a really great mixture of these more lighter pastel colors, a good amount of almost like a neon pop of color, and then you also get these deeper, more saturated, darker tones, which I feel like really helps to kind of balance out the entire colorway. I also enjoyed that there's not only just blue tones with this color, but we get a nice mixture as well with these like pinky and lilac shades. Saiun is also labeled as a number 3 to number 4 weight yarn. So some sections are more of a DK weight and then other sections are a little bit thicker. So more like a light worsted fiber. To me, this is kind of like traditional Noro take. You get kind of an imperfect inconsistency with the fiber. Again, some sections are a lot thinner and more tightly spun, whereas other sections are a lot thicker and chunkier. So overall, you're kind of gonna get this more roving style effect to your fiber. As I really inspected the strand of yarn closer, I noticed that this was actually made with 2 very fine plies of yarn. Instantly, I'm a huge fan of this wool and polyamide fiber content. Now having 70% wool, it's going to be very warm and cozy for the winter months, but I love that they threw in 30% polyamide. I really like to think of polyamide as being very similar to nylon. So in the sense where you add nylon to a sock fiber, you're going to make it a little bit more durable. And apparently polyamide is also known to help lighten up the fiber. So when you're taking something that is 100% wool, of course it can be pretty dense and a little bit heavy, but throwing that polyamide in there is going to help to lighten it up, make it a little bit more airy, and also create a little bit more drape as well. Now for this yarn, I did choose to work with a 5.0, and again, the suggested hook size is a 3.5 to 4.5. So I kind of wanted to size my hook up a little bit to the 5 just to see how much drape and flow I could really get with a fiber like this. So for this swatch, I used a majority of these cluster stitches and some chain stitches. And overall, you kind of get this slightly meshy, slightly lacy technique. I think that the yarn worked up so wonderfully. It looks honestly very stunning, and I had no issues as I was working up with this. I really loved the feel and the texture of this yarn, and I'd have to say that this is some of the softest yarn that I've ever felt from Noro. You can really see this slow gradient shift in color, which I think it kind of adds a little bit of like this ombre effect. And I love that it transitions more so slowly. As you can see, there's not really any point where the color changes very harshly. So the stripes are very well blended into each other, but I will have to say that again, this is a smaller swatch. This is about a 4 to 5 inch wide swatch. Now, in the event that you choose to make something larger like a sweater or a blanket, keep in mind that your color changes are gonna happen much faster than mine did. I was actually very pleasantly surprised to see just how much flow and drape this swatch has to it. Keep in mind, again, I am using a 5.0 millimeter, so I am sizing my hook up, but that in itself, again, this hasn't even been blocked or anything yet. This is honestly just straight off of the hook, and you can see that it flows and it shifts really beautifully. I like that it's not too stiff, but keep in mind, if I were to size my hook down to what they originally suggested, so like a 3.5 or even a 4.0, my work would be a lot more stiff and I feel like it'd be a lot more compact. So if you're looking to make pieces that have a little bit more flow to it, you know, a little bit more movement, I would highly suggest that you size your hook or your needle size up a good amount. Now, when it comes to the colorways of Saiun, I'd have to say that all of the shades are more so on the bold and vibrant side. It says that Saiun is the rainbow effect of the mist between glowing clouds, which honestly, I can kind of see with the colorways that they've provided. With a good majority of these colorways, you can really see like a rainbow gradient effect, but I like that not all of the colors are just straight up rainbows. I like that some of these options are more so on the deeper side. Because of the high wool content, I feel like this fiber would be great for any type of garment, such as a long sleeve top, sweaters, any type of headwear accessories, beanies, shawls. But I also feel like this yarn would drape really immaculately with like a skirt or dress possibly. And if you're looking for any further information on this fiber, you guys want to peruse the full color selection or even take a glance at the different patterns offered with this fiber, you can check out knittingfever.com. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.